How cool and crazy is this? On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the open fan stitch. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4. So for this stitch, you want to start with a foundation chain that's a multiple of 10 plus 7. So in my case, I have 27 chains. For row 1, you're going to do 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So we skip 1 and into the second one, do 1 single crochet. Now you're going to start your row repetition. We're going to chain, skip 4, and into the next, we're going to do the following. You're going to do a treble crochet, and now you're going to do a chain 2, and into the same chain, a treble crochet. So the goal here is to have 5 treble crochets total with 2 chains in between. So essentially you're going to do a chain 2 and a treble crochet 3 more times. So chain 2, treble crochet into the same chain, chain 2, treble crochet into the same chain, and currently we have 4 treble crochets, meaning we're missing 1. So you're going to do your last chain 2 and treble crochet into the same chain for a total of 5 treble crochets with 2 chains in between each one of them. And that we're going to call a fan stitch. So now you're going to continue your row repetition. You're going to chain 1 after the fan stitch. You're going to skip 4 chains, which once you work these many stitches into the same chain, the next one gets kind of tight, but you want to make sure you don't skip that one. So that's one of the chains. And in this case, we're skipping 4. So keep that into consideration. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now do 1 single crochet into the next chain. And that ends the row repeat. So we go back to the beginning of the row repeat. We're going to do it one more time together. Chain 1, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next do a fan stitch. So a treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet into the same one until you have a total of 5 treble crochets with 2 chains in between each one of them. And so I'll see you when you're done the fan stitch here. Okay, so I've got my second fan stitch here, 5 treble crochets with 2 chains in between. And now back to the row repeat, you're going to chain 1, skip 4, making sure you don't, like you do skip the 1 chain that's kind of tucked away now and tight, but counting that into consideration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into the next, do a single crochet. So repeat that for however many times you need. And at the end of the row, you're going to be left with 5 chains. So you're going to chain 1, skip 4 chains, and into the very last one, you're just going to do a treble crochet. Chain 2, and another treble crochet. Chain 2, and into the same last chain, 1 final treble crochet. So what you want in that last chain essentially is 3 treble crochets with 2 chains in between. So I'll show you what that looks like here. The very last one into the last chain of row 1. So this is the end of row 1. For row 2, you're going to chain 1 and flip your work. You're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch. And now you're going to start your row repeat. You're going to chain 3. You're going to skip the first chain 2 space and into the next one do a double crochet to this one here. Now we're going to chain 2 and into the next chain 2 space of the next fan stitch, this one here. Into there, you're going to do a double crochet. Now you're going to chain 2 and into the middle treble crochet of the fan stitch, which is the third one essentially, this one here, because to the right of it you have 2 and to the left of it you have 2. So into that treble crochet, you're going to do a single crochet. And that is the end of the row repeat. You can go back to the beginning of it, essentially chaining 3, skipping a chain 2 space, and into the next one doing a double crochet. Now you chain 2 and into the first chain 2 space of the next fan, you're going to do a double crochet. Chain 3, and now into the third treble crochet of the next fan, do 1 single crochet. Now you repeat that for however many times you need. So at the end of the row here, you'll start coming down the last fan stitch. So I've done my single crochet into the middle treble crochet. So I'm going to chain 3 and do my last double crochet into this chain space over here. You're going to finish it off with a chain 1 and do 1 treble crochet into the last single crochet of the row. And that there is the end of row 2. For row 3, you're going to chain 7, which counts as a treble crochet and a chain 2, by the way. Now you're going to flip your work. So now into the first chain 1 space, you're going to work the following. You're going to work a treble crochet, a chain 2, and another treble crochet into that same spot. Now you're going to chain 1 and do a single crochet into the top of the single crochet from the previous row. So into this one here, into this one here, you're going to do 1 single crochet. Now you're going to start your row repeat. You're going to chain 1 and you're going to do a fan stitch into the next chain 2 space, which is this one here. So you're skipping all of this and into here, you're going to do a fan stitch. And for that, remember you need 5 treble crochets with 2 chains in between each one of them. So that's my first treble crochet, chain 2, then a treble crochet there as well, chain 2, until you have a total of 5 treble crochets into that same space. So that is my fan stitch there of 5 treble crochets with 2 chains in between each one of them. Now you're going to chain 1 and into the next single crochet, do 1 single crochet. And that's the end of the row repeat there. You're going to go back to the chain 1, then a fan stitch into the next chain 2 space, chain 1, and then a single crochet into the next single crochet. So repeat that until you're at the end of the row. So at the end of row 3 here, you have just finished the last fan stitch. So I'm going to do a chain 1 after it, and then do my final single crochet on top of the last stitch. And that there is the end of row 3. For row 4, you want to chain 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. That counts as a treble crochet and a chain 1. So now you want to flip your work. You're going to work a double crochet into the first chain 2 space that you have. So double crochet there. Now you're going to chain 3 And into the third treble crochet of the fan stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. Now you chain 3. Into the last chain 2 space, you're going to do a double crochet. Now you're going to chain 2 and then do that again. So into the first chain 2 space of the next fan stitch, you're going to do a double crochet, chain 3, and into the top of the treble crochet, the middle treble crochet of the next fan, you're going to do a single crochet. Now you chain 3, and into the last chain 2 space, do a double crochet. So essentially for this row, you're doing double crochets into the first chain 2 space, then you chain 3, single crochet into the top of the middle treble crochet of the previous row, chain 3, do a double crochet into the last chain 2 space, and in between that you want 2 chains. So now you continue that until the end of the row, and I will see you when we're there. Yeah. So at the end of the row where you have the turning chain and then 2 treble crochets, I've just chained 2, and I'm going to do a double crochet into the chain space here. Chain 3. And my final single crochet is going to be into the third chain of the turning chain. So I'm going to find 1, 2, 3, and into that chain we're going to do a single crochet. And that there is the end of row 4. For row 5, we're going to chain 1 and flip our work. You're going to do 1 single crochet into the first single crochet. Now you're going to chain 1, skip the next chain 3 space, and then into the next chain 2 space, you're going to do a fan stitch. So the 5 treble crochets with 2 chains in between each one of them. And I will see you when you're done your fan stitch into the chain 2 space. So now you're done your fan stitch. So now you're going to chain 1 and skip the next 3 chain space, and that finishes the row repetition. So you can go back to the beginning of the row repeat, which starts with the single crochet into the single crochet. So single crochet there, chain 1, skip the next chain 3 space, and into the next chain 2 space, do a fan stitch. Then you would do a chain 1 and skip the next chain 3 space to finish the row repetition. So you do that until the end of the row, and I will see you when you're there. So at the end of row 5 here, I got to do 1 more fan stitch, but it's only like a half a fan stitch. So I just did my single crochet on top of my final single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to do a treble crochet, chain 2 twice, and a final treble crochet, but we're going to work it into the top of the turning chain. And so the top of the turning chain is essentially the 5th chain from bottom to top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into there, we're going to work the following. We're going to work a treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet, chain 2, and a final treble crochet. And that there is the end of row 5. So moving forward, you just want to repeat rows 2 through 5 until you have the desired length of your work or a finished swatch. This is wild. This is really fast to make because it's mostly treble crochets and it's open. And it kind of seems like crazy, but there is structure to it. How pretty.
How pretty is this? Love. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.